What's up, boys? Welcome to another React channel. Today, we are reacting to Is Pollo Better Than Peterbot? You guys do not know Pollo. Pollo has been Peter's duo for, honestly, the past, year of the whole entire Prime Peter, all that great stuff. Unfortunately, they are not trio. Pollo is with Rapid and Bullets, and Peter's with Cold and X-Set Ritual, bro. My team X-Set. Yeah, he's an X-Set. Maybe we might sign Cold. Who the hell knows, bro? But let's just get straight into the video. Let's get it.
A lot about the best pro Fortnite players in the world. We've talked about...
Sorry, I have to pause this real quick. Chat, I'm gonna be honest. There's a reason I look bad right now. I kind of just woke up from a nap. All right, thanks.
Peterbot.
Oh my god!
Roix.
100. Oh my god!
And Booga.
Your world champion, Booga! Where's me?
But what do all
What?
three of these pro players have in common? Well, every single one of them has played duos with Pollo. Pollo and his duo
Wait, Booga played with?
just won the 2024
I know that.
FNCS Global Championship. But sadly, almost every single article and video covering the story is focusing only on Peterbot. I'm guilty of this as well, and even made a video over an hour long covering Peterbot's story. However, today I think it's time
Yeah, Timmy.
to spotlight
Screw Timmy, chat.
Fortnite's most underrated
I'll play.
player of all time.
Pollo's crazy.
And tell the story.
I can't lie.
Pollo.
Pollo was crazy.
Miguel Pollo Moreno was born on May 8th of 2008
Wow.
in Mexico.
He is young, chat.
Fortnite and gaming in general at a very young age, being that Fortnite came out in 2017 when he was just 9.
Wow, that is crazy,
Play
chat.
the game in Chapter 1, Season 4, but it took him a very long time to get involved in the world of pro Fortnite. And although we don't know a ton about Pollo's early life, we do know that eventually he decided he wanted to go pro in the game after realizing that he was better than a lot of his peers during casual matches.
Damn.
And Pollo would
That's how it starts,
face
chat.
really huge obstacles along the way and was almost banned permanently from Fortnite, which we're going to talk about soon. But luckily for Pollo,
I did not know that.
that he didn't have to jump over was having a bad family, because he had one of the best you could. His parents seemed incredibly
That's sweet.
which we see in this clip right here.
He's good at school, and he's good at playing for us.
Nice. W dad, bro. We like that. W Pollo.
Oh, that's sweet.
Good luck out there. Tomorrow's going to be crazy.
That's sweet.
Biggest obstacles that Pollo was going to have to face in his career was something that he couldn't control, being his age. And as I just
True.
said earlier in the video, Pollo played Fortnite when he was 9, which means that he would have to play for 4 years before being eligible for any tournament.
That
Look
sucks,
at
dude.
Pollo's birthday, which was in May of 2008. That means that May of 2021 would be the first time Pollo competed in competitive tournaments. Well, that's not exactly true, because just like some of the other Fortnite pros that we've talked about on this channel, he didn't exactly listen to the
That's a young version of me.
competing
Wait.
competitively in February of
I competed on time.
before he even turned
Not
11
before.
years old.
Man.
Just 10 years
What the
old,
hell?
Pollo would jump into the Share the Love event, but unfortunately only made it to the contender division. And maybe this was a blessing in disguise, because I think if Epic Games found out a 10-year-old was qualifying for their tournaments, they would have had a major crackdown and banned him from playing. But we were headed in that direction anyway, because Pollo would continue to play tournament after tournament, but still wasn't getting any wins yet. However, on August 8th of 2020, Pollo made his first earnings ever in Fortnite during the FNCS solo qualifiers in Chapter 2, Season 3. And
Pollo to go.
you who have been paying close attention, you know why that's a problem. And for the rest of you,
It's not 13.
slower, let me explain. Pollo getting his first earnings on August
That's you guys watching.
20
Makes him 11 years old.
earning money at only 12 years old.
God damn it.
Which is not only
I'm a
insanely
dumbass.
impressive,
I'm an idiot. Sorry.
but also against Epic's rules. Anyways, Pollo would end up placing 11th on NA West and taking home $300 during these qualifiers. One day later, he would also place 23rd, receiving another $200, and he would even make it to the NA West
Grand Finals
on August 16th of 2020 and finishing 53rd for another $400. This was an incredible way to make your first earnings ever.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
not only a cash cup or a random wager, but an FNCS tournament. And this impressive feat was a sign of amazing things to come for Pollo. However, this win did not make Pollo an instant pro. Keep in mind, this is over 3 years ago now, and if you guys are like me, I hadn't heard of Pollo really until these last few months.
That's true. Me either.
Pollo 4 months to earn his
that's
next
cap.
set of money from Fortnite.
I heard of him, but not as much now.
Dollars in the Frosty Frenzy event on December 12th of 2020. And after another 4 months passed, he would earn $200 in a solo cash cup on April.
So he's been cooking.
2000.
He's been cooking while being
And for
underage.
those of you who
Let's just say
passed
that.
the 4th grade,
Well.
you know that April is before May, which means that Pollo would still
Come on, Pollo, cheater.
11 months old at this time, meaning he earned $1,500 before even legally being allowed to compete in these tournaments. But let's just keep this low key and nobody tell Epic Games that, okay? I don't want to get Pollo in trouble. Regardless of all these earnings before he turned 13, Pollo is now 16 years old and earning hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's me, Chad. Look to the right.
We'll get to that very shortly, so stick around to the end of the video.
He had like no emotion on his face when he won that, dude.
So just
That's
a month
crazy.
later in May, Pollo would turn 13 years old, but wouldn't earn again until that following November, where he placed 6th in a solo cash cup, earning $250. Although these earnings are a lot, especially for a 13-year-old, I think Pollo knew that he was destined for more, and he was just waiting for one big tournament to break through and really make a name for himself. And luckily, that tournament was just around the corner, because following that cash cup, Fortnite had announced the 2021 Grand Royale. And
I do remember that, chat.
with his trio Ghouls and Flux, made it to the grand finals of the Grand Royale on NA West. And
Did they do good?
although Pollo only placed 30th out of 33 teams in the finals, it was still incredibly impressive.
Can never get
that this
33rd.
just barely 13-year-old was able to make it to the biggest
That's
tournament
true.
in Fortnite history up until that point. This was sort of the catalyst for Pollo's future career that put him on the map. However, if you think 2021 was big for Pollo, just wait for 2022, where he would really start to shine. He was consistently making it to every grand finals during pretty much every single season, and during these events, he would typically place in the top 50 players. It was clear that although he wasn't a top player yet, he was moving in a great direction and was able to maintain a consistent skill level. That's one of the biggest challenges for a lot of these up-and-coming Fortnite pros, is that they might place high one event and then low the next, but here he was able to prove he was consistent, which would be very good for the future of his career, because some incredibly good players would want to play with him.
That typical gamer?
Pollo and his
What the hell?
viable
TG
second in the Major 1 for NA West. And because of this placement,
That's really good.
started to get some more attention from bigger names. And this is where Pollo would get one of his first big breaks ever, and that was by playing with Booga. Although they only played a couple cash cups together and weren't really a long-term duo, Pollo playing with Booga definitely legitimized him in the pro community, and it showed everybody that he was a force to be reckoned with. Now that the central servers had been created and East and West had merged, Pollo was really struggling to find his footing on the central region, and like I said, playing with somebody like Booga can just give you that right away. And because of this, he would find a new duo quickly, and that was Sphinx. After
Sphinx is pretty good, I can't lie.
Sphinx, the two got right to work. During FNCS Major 2 Grand Finals, the new duo of Pollo and Sphinx would finish 3rd place together. This earned the duo an incredible $34,000.
I didn't know they did that good. Wait, is that West or Central?
At this point, Pollo had made some good money, including a $12,000 win on West, but this was nowhere close to that. I mean, this was triple his most earnings before this tournament. Because of how well Pollo and Sphinx did in this tournament, they were headed to FNCS 2023 Global Championships in Copenhagen. Although the
I remember that one, chat.
exactly placed how they wanted, they still got 16th out of 50 teams, which
it's not bad.
Talking about the best players in the entire world, not just their region, that is really incredible. However, despite this crazy performance, the two decided to split ways. And for Pollo, this would be probably the best thing that ever happened to him, and I think you guys know why, but we're going to talk about that in just a second.
Peterbot, ex-Pollo.
Despite all of Pollo's success
The greatest.
in the 2023 season, he was considered a relatively new player. But because of how well he did, a lot of longtime pros were looking to duo with him during the next season. You see, when a really veteran or high-level pro player is looking for a duo, they don't necessarily look for the best or most earned player. They look for somebody that matches their playstyle.
Bro,
and
this
also
pump used to be
somebody
so broken, chat.
mold into the duo that works best for them. And there was a
Wow.
certain massive pro player that was looking to fill a gap in his duo teammate, and that was Peterbot.
So you were a fan of Peter. Did he reach out to you to play, or did you reach out to him?
I reached out to him.
Really?
Okay, so he was. I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
Man, I wish Pollo would talk more, bro.
Things last year.
I feel like I've never like seen Pollo talk, you know?
Coached by the same coach. I would watch him every tournament I could. I just knew that like we were gonna be the best duo.
And these two instantly clicked as duos. They immediately picked up a duo Cash Cup win on December 17th of 2023, which earned Pollo $1,600. Which
Okay.
for a Cash Cup is a pretty good chunk of change.
That's a pretty good chunk of change.
Just a Cash Cup. Going into the new year of 2024, people would have to look at Pollo and Peterbot as a threat based on this massive win. The two worked so well together because Peterbot was incredible at dueling and facing fights, while Pollo's game sense and strategy and his ability
Man, I
to
missed
stay
this season,
calm in
chat.
stressful situations is how he really shined.
Feels a little better for me because Peter's been known for a while.
Oh, wow, Pollo.
Came up, I guess.
We're hearing him.
We're getting eliminations.
W Pollo.
I think I'm smarter than him. He'll probably tell you that as well.
By being smart, knowing when to move, fight, or retreat, Pollo was able to reel in Peterbot's insane energy and make it actually competitive.
Pollo's cute.
Doesn't mean
Not like that, not like that. Don't be
doesn't
weird.
Have game sense.
Oh, y'all are gonna be weird. That's not what I meant. You know what I'm saying, though.
Such a good fighter like Peter is, sometimes you just want to go after everybody, and it takes a really confident and well-rounded teammate like Pollo to keep them in check and help him win. But I don't think anybody who watched the first Cash Cup that these guys played together would have been able to predict the absolute dominance this duo would have over the region in seasons to come. The FNCS Major 1 Grand Finals for North
Did they
America
win that?
was held on February 25th, 2024. The duo had done relatively well in qualifier rounds, placing in the top 5, but they had only been playing together for a couple of months now, so people were still not sure if they were going to place well in the finals. And that's sort of a crazy thought. Knowing what many of us know now and what's happened with this duo in recent times, it's crazy to think that anyone would ever doubt these guys, but believe it or not, they did. However, this team was about to prove everybody wrong and show that they should not be underestimated. Although they didn't snag first place, the duo would get second in NA Grand Finals with 700.
That is, oh, that's when we got fourth.
As many of you know, the duo that came out of Majors 1 with a first place was Acorn and Cold, who put on a generational show with 900 points in the tournament.
I didn't know they did that good.
Fair to Peterbot and Pollo, they probably would have won on pretty much any other region.
We should have got third.
Cold and Acorn had a better day. To them. Following this incredible performance at the majors, Pollo was approached by a professional Fortnite org. At this point, he had been a free agent since August of 2023 when he was dropped by the then big popular team, Fusion Esports. And while the second place win was incredible, Pollo teased signing a contract on April 1st with the famous Simpsons gif. Editor, show them the gif. Yeah, everyone uses this to announce their org.
That is true.
But because he
That is very true.
April 1st, which is April Fool's Day, nobody knew if he was being serious or not. And
Yeah, why would he post it that day, Pollo?
he was not fooling anybody, because a week later, on April 7th, Pollo would announce that he'd been officially signed with Xseed. This was huge for Pollo, as he now had an org to support his Fortnite career. And at this time, Peterbot would still be competing with Agent, but eventually later on, the two
Join
would
Xseed.
get to represent Xseed together, and we'll talk about that more soon. FNCS Major 2 was coming around the corner.
I love how Timmy makes his videos. It's like documentary.
In the last major.
Literally a documentary.
Incredible performance at Majors 1, getting second, Peterbot and Pollo would definitely show the world that they were not backing down or giving up and were hungry for that first
Decade 30.
because on top of this Major 1 performance, Pollo and Peterbot would manage in the 2024 season to complete the first ever perfect Cash Cup. And what does that mean? Well, it means they literally were perfect. They won 6 out of 6 games.
That was pretty crazy. I can't lie.
Just pop it.
It was too
Let's
early.
Go back. Nice. Good.
Nice. Nice. Oh my god.
Let's
crazy.
go. Let's go.
But as impressive
That is
as
pretty
this
crazy.
was, at the end of the day, a cash cup is just that, a cash cup. And you can't compare it to the performances that they would later go on to have in FNCS. And speaking of FNCS, Major 2 was about to start. Just on the first day of the tournament, the duo broke the record for most points ever earned in a single day in FNCS. This totally set up Pollo.
Yeah, the coin was insane, dude. They were going crazy. They was going crazy.
Didn't even really have to try. They could just take it easy and wait out the rest of the games.
That's right. These guys have just broken the previous record for most points in a single day. The last
That was
time we saw
insane.
this was OCE, Chapter 4, Major number 2 from Suns and Anon.
But you know,
I don't know. Kanata and Cooper did that good.
they weren't letting these other players off easy. They decided to completely and utterly destroy the competition.
Pollo still hanging out way up above the clouds.
That's what's impressive about this. Peterbot is down here literally 2v1ing, fighting everyone, while Pollo's like, hey man, I'll make sure I lock in the win. One for no scope, okay?
Going in for no scope in grand finals is crazy.
Don't feed them the splashes. Don't feed them the splashes.
Oh my god!
Damn, bruh.
Yep, Pollo and Peter came out on top of Major 2.
They were like, bro, they killed that whole year. I can't even lie.
By getting
Watching comp while I play is so crazy.
FNCS
I get so
finals
pissed.
with 5 wins out of the 12 games. For those of you that don't watch competitive,
That's the one I did bad in. I think I got like
this is
11th.
literally unheard of. You have to realize this is the best players in the entire world all in one lobby, and Pollo and Peter are making them look like a bunch of Timmy FNBRs. And trust me, I am not good at Fortnite. You don't want to be a Timmy FNBR.
Oh, we know Timmy.
And speaking of Timmy FNBR, he seems like a pretty cool guy, and you guys should definitely subscribe to him if you have.
Subscribe to Clix Reacts too.
This was Pollo's first ever FNCS win. And although this must have felt amazing, he knew that the job was not done yet, and the 2024 season was only going to get crazier for Pollo. And remember earlier when I mentioned that Pollo had joined the org Exceed? Well, they also picked up his duo Peterbot. So now the dynamic duo of Pollo and Peterbot were headed into Major 3 together on the same duo and the same org. And although they were both incredibly confident and people were fearing them, not many people have ever won back-to-back FNCS titles. And in fact, the last person to do it was the GOAT himself. And on top of that, this major was also a little bit different from the ones they had played previously. See, Pollo and Peter had been competing in the NA region because that's where they're from. And generally speaking, people don't move regions very often. And if it does happen, it's maybe one person in a season. However, with the 2024 Global Championships coming up, this major was the last chance that most players had to earn.
Yeah, I got 4th.
For that tournament.
Before y'all comment, what did I get?
Some of the
We got 4th again. I know.
You thought they would have a better chance of qualifying on NA, so they flew all the way to America
Vino,
to play
yeah,
in the grand finals here. And you're probably wondering why that matters, and it's because it absolutely stacked out this lobby.
Oh my god. It was the hardest lobby ever.
Going to have to play against America's best. Now they were also going up against the likes of Mongrel, Veno, and Mr. Savage, who are some of the best players in Fortnite history. So having already qualified for the major and having nothing to lose and everything to prove, Pollo and Peterbot dropped in for day 1 of FNCS Major 3.
Peterbot and Pollo currently holding the axe of champions, looking to defend that title. We kind of seen these guys just perform out of their minds, but I guess for now the question becomes, how have they been performing in this major? And honestly, what would it take to get that back-to-back?
And at the end of day 1, the duo was unfortunately in 2nd place behind the GOAT of Fortnite streaming, Clix, and his new EU duo, Veno. And since Clix has never won FNCS before, and being as popular as he is, pretty much everybody was rooting for Clix, making Peterbot and Pollo sort of villains in the situation. Of course, 2nd on day 1 is great placements for literally anybody, but
I don't want to talk about it.
Expectations to win, and they wanted.
If you guys watched, you know what happened.
So the duo would come back, absolutely dominating on.
You know what happened, bro.
Shocked the entire Fortnite world by getting the first back-to-back FNCS wins that we had seen in years.
Games here in NA, and we can say without a doubt, it is confirmed, Peterbot and Pollo have done it The back-to-back has happened. Peter,
Man, chat.
congratulations once again. The Axe of Champions will not leave their possession, and they're taking that. They're gonna take that to the Global Championships in September as a big flex piece. Like, hey, we're the ones that want to take it all.
Damn, chat.
Pollo, who had
I can't even watch that anymore. I'd be getting sad. I'll be honest.
Is now entering the Global Championships of 2024 as a back-to-back FNCS winner and a favorite to win the entire Global Championships. The 2024 FNCS Global Championship was held on Saturday, September 7th and Sunday, September 8th at the Dickies Arena in Dallas, Texas.
I remember this, bro.
Split over 2 days, 6 games on each day. And on game 1, there would be 6 games with regular points, and day 2, there would be 6 games with a 1.5x multiplier, meaning that all the pressure would be on for day 2. The players would be fighting over a $2 million prize pool, where the first place winners would take home a whopping $400,000. But these kids were definitely...
I'm so happy, like...
And when I say kids, I want to remind...
Pollo is such like a deserving...
Still kids.
Like, he's so quiet. Like, you could never hate Pollo.
17 and Pollo is 16, meaning that before even entering adulthood, they're competing for more money than some of us will see in a lifetime. There was only one way to find out who was truly the best, and if these two were them, and that was by going into the games and competing.
It's Peterbot, it's Pollo, make some noise for word. Chapter 5 has been theirs with back-to-back
Why are you not...
championships.
Pollo just sitting in the back. Come on, Pollo.
As expected,
I wonder what's going through his head, dude.
Blew everyone out of the water on day 1. They ended...
Listen, I know it's a Pollo video, but Peterbot, I've never seen someone play that good in a LAN ever. Maybe other than Booga, but that was insane.
Which was 147 points ahead of Thomas and Queasy, who were in second place. That being said, as I mentioned earlier, the points on day 2 have a 1.5x multiplier, meaning that this 147 point lead could be closed in one game if they had a bad game and Thomas and Queasy popped off. So it was time to lock in and finish the job. Day 2 started out rough and had a lot of ups and downs. But at the end of the day, there was only one team who was destined to come out on top.
To show them what he is made of.
Pollo and Peterbot have had so much time now to recuperate what they lost as far as health is concerned. Peterbot's already got one knock on to Truex. It's just Chicho standing between them at this point. And Peterbot finds his 3rd victory royale on the day, but most importantly of all, a global championship.
The undisputed 2024 champion, Pollo, Peterbot, taking home in the only way they know how, and that is what a victory royale. Congratulations.
This proved officially to everyone that Pollo and Peterbot are the best duo in the world and possibly the best of all time.
Would you please?
By far, best LAN performance I've ever seen. Oh, y'all saw me.
2024. Peterbot and Pollo!
So there you have it, folks. Pollo and his duo Peterbot will probably go down as the best duo in Fortnite history.
100%,
but
100%.
many people on social media, as I said earlier, are just praising Peterbot alone instead of both teammates equally. And honestly, I think it's due to the fact that Peterbot has more content out there, and generally he's more popular because he's really loud and outgoing. But we have to remember that not just loud players are good. Somebody like Pollo, who's quietly confident and knows how to reel in and control a player like Peterbot, is definitely somebody that I would be scared of. This silent killer, like I said, is only 16 years old, and the sky is the limit for Pollo in Fortnite and beyond. Alright guys, that was the story of Fortnite's most underrated player, Pollo.
I can't lie.
If you enjoyed the video, guys, that was the story.
I can't even lie, dude. This was a good video, bro. Because I hope this video gets views from a reacting standpoint. Because, bro, we all know Peter. He's the GOAT, dude. He's been killing it for this whole entire past year, bro. Definitely has the best prom like ever, dude. The one person who also helped was Pollo. You know what I'm saying? Like, probably would have happened without Pollo because of how good Peter has been playing. But, dude, give some love to Pollo. Convince Pollo to make some content. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever seen Pollo play a tournament from his point of view. Or maybe I just don't really watch his stuff because it doesn't pop up. But yeah, man, Pollo's a GOAT. Give Pollo some love. But listen, I do hope y'all did enjoy this react video. If you guys did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.